You are watching Business Heroine TV for the entrepreneur who said she would and did. Join the Business Heroine community today at businessheroinemagazine.com. And now, tune into the show.
Okay. You have a nose stud?
I do. Do you? Nice. Okay.
We might have a little guest visitor.
Oh, good. Oh, hi, cutie.
Her name is Lainey.
Hi, Lainey. Oh. Okay. So, welcome. I'm Ann Perry, the founder of Business Heroine, and I am so excited to introduce you today to Vasavi Kumar. And Vasavi is your kick in the pants guide en route to your desired destination. So she's a certified life coach. She has dual master's degrees in social work and special education, and she is a kick-ass entrepreneur. She's the co-author of the best-selling book.
Sorry, that's what happens when you have your dog in the interview with you. I am so sorry about that. There she is.
Hi, Lainey. So Vasavi is the co-author of best-selling book, Succeeding in Spite of Everything. She's been featured in the Wall Street Journal. She's a guest contributor at The Daily Love, and she appears on TV as the Keepin' It Real guru for Kansas City Live. Vasavi is the founder of the Freedom Forward movement, and I am so thrilled to introduce her to you and have her on the August cover as our beautiful cover heroine. So yay, welcome, Vasavi.
Thank you so much for having me, Ann, and I'm a little sorry about that. You know, it's part of being an entrepreneur when you work at home, you know, you're on your bed, you have your golden retriever here with you, and sometimes your iPad gets knocked down during interviews. That's just what happens.
That's right. And you know, before we jump into the questions, I was thinking about you today and what I appreciate about you, which is that, you know, despite Vasavi's success, she has a really big following, she's really successful in business, she's super down to earth. Like, that's what I love about you. You just show up, you're real, you're authentic. That's one of our biggest values at Business Heroine is authentic, just being who you are and being able to make a living being who you are and putting your gifts out in the world. And so you're the perfect example of that. So
Thank you so much. Well, I told you this. I just came back from the pool. I'm in the middle of launching, right? So I'm like, I need to just hang out today. I went to the pool, got right back, put my hair up, put on some outfit. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to show up. I'm going to be me and just take it from there. So thank you for saying that. Yeah,
I love it. So tell us your story. How did you get to be so passionate about freedom?
It probably started because I grew up in a pretty conservative and traditional Indian immigrant household. I love my parents very much, so I just got to say that off the bat. You know, but growing up, they wanted the best for my sister and I. You know, they came from India in the 70s and they came to this country and they wanted what was best for, you know, they wanted a life of freedom too. But I think the U.S. kind of shocked them and scared the bejesus out of them. And, you know, with that, they just kind of wanted to protect us like all parents do. They want to protect their kids. And there were a lot of shoulds and no's and you can't date and you can't go out to parties. And, you know, I get that now as a 31-year-old who, you know, maybe one day wants to have kids. Right now, I'm not there yet, but I can understand from a parent's point of view why they did what they did. But as a kid, I just never understood why can't I do this? And who is to tell me if I can or cannot do this? So from a very young age, I was always seeking for my own voice, you know, living my life on my own terms and really understanding why we are the way we are as human beings. Why are we here? And I mean, I guess you could say I was born a rebel. I mean, but I am a rebel with the cause, you know, and my cause back then was to find my own voice. And nowadays, these days, my cause is to help other people find their own voice and find their freedom in authentically expressing who they are and showing up exactly who they are without the fear of, am I going to be judged? Are you going to like me? You know, and just having that deep knowing that you're fine as you are. And as long as you can accept yourself first, everything else will fall into place.
Yeah. So freedom, I mean, it sounds like with the way that you describe freedom, um, is is unique. It's not about necessarily, or correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not necessarily about the jet setting around the world type freedom, or it's about freedom of self-expression in a way, freedom to be authentically you. Is that what it means to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Freedom for me is doing whatever the heck you want to do. Whatever feels good to you, you do that. If that's jet setting, go for it. I love jet setting. That's not where I'm at right this moment because I have a lot of stuff going on. But I'm all about jet setting. But it boils down to doing whatever you want to do and answering to yourself. And as long as what you're choosing to do is in line with your values and what it is that you want to create for yourself, then that's freedom for you. Freedom for me is very different and than maybe what freedom is for you. And there's no comparison, right?
Right.
Like I love going to the pool in the middle of the day. Maybe you don't, and that's totally fine because it's what works for me and whatever works for you, that's freedom for you.
Yeah, yeah. And why is it so important for, I guess the question is, what happens if we don't have freedom? What are we missing out on in our lives if we aren't tapping into our own unique freedom?
Well, I know that many of your viewers and your followers on your site as well are predominantly entrepreneurs, and I know this about being an entrepreneur that we have a hunger and a craving to serve, and we have a hunger and a craving to be the solution to somebody's problem. Now, that's all fine and dandy, and that's all great intentions, but if you are not living a life of freedom and you are not totally feeling free, how are you going to be able to share what it is that you have to share? If you're kind of confined in your own mind and the construct of what you think you ought to be or should be, how can you fully be of service if you're so busy caught up in your shell, right? So once you like break free from all the stuff that's been holding you back, that's when you can totally be of service. There's no way that I can, and maybe I might be able to, but it's going to be that much harder for me to serve somebody and really help somebody when in my own personal life, I feel trapped and I feel stuck. How can I give myself to you 100% if in my life I'm not feeling free?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Totally.
So, yeah.
Totally. Totally. And it comes down to, again, just that freedom of self-expression. It's like, it's just feeling stifled. If you can't say what you need to say and be who you are and be really you and show up as you, it's kind of makes life miserable, you know?
Yeah, and then honestly, I mean, it just boils down to why should someone want to work with you if you are not being you? Because, part of what I love about what I do is that I get paid to be Vasavi.
Yeah.
So it's a disservice to you and it is a disservice to me if I am not showing up as me, because it's going to be that much harder for me to help you if I'm like having this mask on my face and trying to be who I think you want me to be.
Yes.
And it's a disservice to you because here you are thinking that, you're working with this person who has it all together. But if I'm feeling trapped, I can't be of service to you. And I'm also gypping you of the opportunity to be served by somebody who's claiming I can help you be self-expressed. Oh, but I'm not. You know what I mean? So it actually, it is a double-edged sword. And that's why it is so important to really start to look at what are the areas of your life where you do not feel completely self-expressed? And then what do you need to do? And this is the action piece, right? If you go to my website, it's your freedom in action. That's my tagline. What is the action that you need to take to have freedom in your life?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's perfect because I want to ask you about action. The term that you use, which I love, is confident action, taking confident action. So what is confident action?
It's so funny. The definition for me, as I've been going through some stuff in my life, has changed. It used to be this. So let me tell you the before and after. It used to be, in spite of fear, in spite of your fear, in spite of your self-doubt, you're going to take action anyway, and you will become confident. Actually, like honestly, this morning I was thinking to myself, what if it's not just that? What if it's, listen, I've done whatever I had to do. I've taken the action that I need to take, and I'm going to be confident and chill and know that it's all going to work out. My father always used to say to me, we're a very, spiritual bunch. We were actually pretty religious growing up. I was raised a Hindu, but my father always said, there's your agenda and then there's God's agenda. right? So when I look at confident action, and when I say God, it can be your universe, your higher self, whatever word resonates for you, but it's about you can take the action. Sorry, I'm just trying to control Lainey right now. She has a big butt. She has a big butt. Oh my God, look at her. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Like a 90-pound butt in this, about to knock over. So the way I look at it is take the action that you need to take, right? You put in your blood, sweat, and tears. You put in your 100%. You hustle. You do what you got to do. And then you get to sit back and sit in the confidence that whatever is meant to happen is meant to happen. And ultimately, you cannot control that. The only thing you can control is the action that you put in, the effort that you put in, the consistency that you put in, the heart that you bring to whatever you do. But you have your agenda, right? We always have our goals that we've set. Oh, I have a goal of these many, followers. I have a goal of, this revenue. You can have all those goals, but ultimately there is a universal order that does control a lot of what we think we control. So I'm truly trying to open up the conversation here that yes, it is about action. Yes, it is about doing whatever you got to do to make it happen, but also having that deep knowing, having that confidence that whatever is meant to happen is going to happen. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's that confidence that I've been learning to really sit in is, you know what? I've done whatever I've had to do. I've put in the hard work. I've put in my hours. The rest is just,
mm-hmm.
it is divinely ordained as to what is going to happen.
Right.
I can't control that. So
it kind of sounds like it's like a cycle in a way, because by taking the actions and doing and getting out there on the playing field and going for it and doing your part, that creates a sense of confidence. And at the same time, it sounds like just one of the actions is to just choose to be confident, like just choose confidence as a state of being. And that, I'm guessing, inspires the action as well.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. It really is about choosing to be confident. You can take all the action in the world and you can fret and you can fume and you can let that, upset you and oh my God, I haven't seen the result yet. Or what you're speaking about, Anne, is really choosing to sit in confidence, saying, you know what? I choose to be confident about this. And because I'm choosing to be confident and sit in trust and faith and just surrender to the outcome, whatever is meant to happen, whoever is meant to sign up for your program, how many of your followers you're meant to get, those are the women or those are the men that you are going to be attracting into your life that you are meant to serve. And that's it. And it's that kind of confidence. It's a very scary place to sit in. Yeah. I'm not even going to lie and be like, oh yeah, just be confident. No, it's a really scary place because as human beings, we think we have it all, it's all up to us. But as I've gotten older and as I've, launched more stuff and kind of seen the results of whatever I've done, it's like whoever I am meant to serve is who I'm meant to serve, period. Mm-hmm. And I have enough faith and trust to know that it's all good. It's all good. It's whatever is meant to happen will happen. And by the way, I want to say one thing about that phrase, because how people say, leave it up to God, or it's God's will, or whatever's meant to happen, happen. That doesn't mean that you have absolutely no say in what happens. That doesn't mean that you sit back and you just let stuff happen. No, it means you do your part. Mm-hmm. You follow up, you write that blog, you make that video, you do that interview, right? I'm doing this not knowing what the result of this interview is going to be. Mm-hmm. I am just showing up. Whatever the result of this interview is going to be, I'm cool with that. Right. I don't know, right? But all I can do is show up with my dog.
Yeah, gotta have the dog.
Got to.
So, as you're saying this, I'm kind of wondering on a personal level. I've noticed that a lot of times entrepreneurs, and people in general, this thing that we feel really passionate about, whatever it happens to be, or a path that we're on, comes from our own experience. Like for myself, I'm really huge into freedom as well, because there were so many years I just felt so strapped down and broke and trapped. And, so and also hated being in jobs where I felt like I had no creative expression, just like I felt so boxed in. And so freedom to me is also really important because it's something that I felt like I didn't have. And so I'm curious, and that may or may not be true for you, but I'm curious about this action piece. Like, how did that come to be in your life that you teach this, that you live it and you teach it?
It would probably go back till, till the age of 3 or 4. Honestly, and I'll tell you the evolution of my action piece. From a very young age, I was born and raised on Long Island, New York. I lived there my entire life, and then I moved to Kansas. My parents still live in New York. But we would go to India every year, where my parents are from. And I remember we would always go to a lot of the Hindu temples, and we'd buy a lot of food, and we would do kind of poor feedings. They're called poor feedings, so we basically are feeding the poor. But I remember one time there was a dumpster, and there was a very, very poor man, homeless, obviously. He did not have basically any clothes on, but he was reaching in the dumpster, and he was eating a banana peel. Not even the banana, he was eating the banana peel. And I remember at that age, right, I'm 4 years old, I was disgusted. I'm like, ew. But I remember my mom saying to me, look at him. And she said, you are no better than him. And he is no less than you, so right away she kind of leveled that playing field, that we are all the same. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how rich you are, what kind of house you live in, what kind of car you drive. I just remembered from a very young age, something in me was like, oh, we're the same. We're the same. And so I made it my mission from a very young age, because I never quite understood how I could grow up in a house that was so financially abundant, and why there were so many people who had to suffer, why people were unhappy, why didn't people have a place to live or a place to eat. So I made it my mission from a very young age. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just always said, I don't want people to suffer. I want to end human suffering, right? It's like that. It's like the lofty goal that, kids have, like, I want to be the president. But it really was my mission. And I just always felt for people on a very deep level. And every action that I always took, was always like, how can I help you? What can I do to make your life better? Because I knew that my happiness was directly tied to the level of kindness that I showed to other people, the amount of kindness. So for me, I am a happier person when I'm a kinder person. If I'm mean, I don't feel good about myself, right? How do you feel good about yourself when you're unkind to somebody? So for me, it was really important that I'm nice. I'm nice. And of course, as I got older and trying to find who I was, it kind of turned into people pleasing. But there was always that fuel for me that was about, I was fueled by being kind. I was fueled by giving back. I was fueled by just, doing whatever I had to do to make somebody else's life better. Mm-hmm. In my 20s, Anne, I took a lot of action. By doing drugs and making all the wrong choices, right? Wrong, not in a moral way, but, stuff that really wasn't beneficial to my health, So I've always been a risk taker. But back in the day, I took risks that obviously were not pushing me forward in my life. I don't regret a single thing that I've done. I wouldn't be who I am today if I hadn't made those choices. But once I found what how I was going to be showing my purpose. And for me, it's really creating these programs, doing my videos, doing these interviews, being on Kansas City Live, on our morning show, coaching people one-on-one. Once I was really able to find and define my purpose, that was it for me. See, it's like, because when you can have a purpose, but you need to have a structure to your purpose, right? So you have this mission, you have this purpose. What is the structure by which you are going to bring that purpose out into the world? So for me, I was always searching. So I was searching through drugs. I was searching through alcohol. I was searching through sex. I was searching through work. And I was searching through food, and I wasn't able to find it. It wasn't until I kind of got into my coaching program that I went into, 3 years ago, and I found a structure. I'm like, oh, I can work with people one-on-one. I can get paid to do this. That's a whole different story, how to deal with people paying you for your gift. But when I found a structure and a system to do what I want to do, that was it for me. I was able to take the actions that were aligned with my purpose. Mm-hmm. I wake up every day with a hunger and an eagerness. I've never not woken up with that hunger and eagerness, because for me, I don't know if I'm going to die tomorrow. And I know that sounds a little morbid, and I'm not trying to be depressing, but the fact of the matter is, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I really don't. So for me, I never want to live a life of regret where I say I should have done this, I should have done that. My mission and my purpose is way bigger than I am. I'm just Vasavi, right? But there is something far bigger than me that drives me, and I just listen to that.
Yeah. It's so awesome. It's just like I have all these questions now. I'm like, I want to talk about that. Wait, I want to talk about that too. But I wanted to. We
have enough time. Go ahead. Ask me whatever.
I just want to say something that I noticed in you as well as you're talking. It just makes so much sense. But I've witnessed in you like a true sense of gratitude. Mm-hmm. And I saw it on your live stream call that you did about your Freedom Forward program. Yeah, at the very beginning, you're like, well, it's like all these things. First, you just, again, the authenticity, you showed up, you're still like, wait, can you hear me? Okay, wait. And you're talking to your team while you're talking to the audience, you're like, hang on a second. It's just really cute. And then, you're telling, you're saying, you're talking to your team and saying, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, good. I'll talk to you. You can just see it in your face, like how genuine you are and how much you appreciate the people you work with. Mm-hmm. And then it was extended to the people you were speaking to, the audience, the people who were attending. And, you were just genuinely like, you never know. You put something like this out there. Who knows if someone's going to show up, but you showed up and I appreciate it so much. I've seen it on your Facebook feed. You're always like saying, I bow down to you, to people. Like, it's cool, but it's genuine. I know that it's really genuine. And so I don't really know my point. I guess I just wanted to say that. But as you were talking, it just came to me, and maybe it's that whole piece about nobody's better than anybody else. It's not like because you have, created this really successful career that makes you better than. And I know that you've also said when you work with people, you tell them basically don't even trust me. Like I would like to hear a little bit more about that. You tell people to trust their inner voice even more than you, even though you are, I guess, in the position of authority in that situation or expert.
Well, yeah, I mean, I tell this to people all the time. And I said this on the live stream, if you remember. I am here to give you some inspiration, some encouragement, some words of wisdom. Wisdom for me comes from experience. I do not Google anything and tell you from Google. Nothing that I'm telling you is from theory. Everything that I'm teaching you comes from straight up experience. And so my only mission and my hope is that I'm going to give you all that I have. But ultimately, I am human just like you. I screw up just like you. I make mistakes just like you. I have negative thoughts just like you. I have fear just like you. I am just a vessel, and I am just sharing with you whatever I have gone through. But ultimately, you need to listen to yourself. And that's my whole issue with the personal growth industry. And I got to say this, a lot of my programs you'll find are pretty lower priced, right? $30, $197. I do that on purpose because I want to get it out to the masses. I'm very proud of everything that I have to offer. And for me, it's like, if I have to keep upselling you into something, something's missing here. Because why am I not giving it to you? Why do I have to keep pushing you into something? And I get it. There are many different business models. But for me is, if I'm going to get, I have different tiers in my business too. But whatever I give you, you're going to get 150% of what I said I'm going to give you. And I'm definitely going to give you more. Right. So I don't know what we were just talking about here.
Well, if it's okay, I actually want to ask you about your Freedom Forward program right now, because you're talking about that. And, and I know that you would give 150%. So what, for the listeners and viewers who decide to join your Freedom Forward program, what can they expect? Like what is the result they're going to get? Because what I'm sensing is you have this motivation that is way deeper than the average person out there. And I know sometimes, even on your live stream, one of the questions was, I struggle with motivation. I think they said I have trouble getting motivated. And I have a hunch it might be because of if we're not tapped into our purpose, what is it that's getting us up every morning, eager to give 150% of what we have? So there's something that you have figured out there that it motivates you to get up in the morning. It motivates you to want to give your amazing life work away practically for free. So I'm guessing that might be something that people are going to be able to tap into for themselves in the Freedom Forward program. But that's a guess. So I would love to hear from you what people can expect.
So yeah, the eagerness in which I deliver my stuff, and obviously it's not basically for free, but essentially is. The program is right. It's $197, and here's what I learned about myself throughout these past few years is, Yes, I have a desire to serve. We all do. I know that we are happier human beings when we give back. 100%. I am much happier when I cook for, if you were to come to my house, I would be so much more eager to cook for you than just for myself. I'll cook for myself, but I love cooking for somebody else because I get to see that smile on your face. So what I learned was I can truly be of service and give my purpose when my life is handled, right? If I'm still trying to figure out, why am I not managing my time? Why am I still saying yes to others and no to myself? Why have I gained 15 pounds and not done anything with it? Why aren't I having a budget? Why isn't the money coming in? Why do I have crappy relationships, right? How can I help you truly if I don't have those areas of my life handled? So I got them handled. I'm very happy to say I have an amazing life, okay? I just signed up for an 8-week weight loss boot camp. Get up at 4:45 every morning. So I got that area of my life. When it comes to the other areas of my life, my relationship with myself, my spouse, my friends, my colleagues, my finances, how I contribute, my kind of lifestyle that I live. If I have power leakages in my life, I don't. I got those areas of my life. I got, for me, whenever I'm kind of nervous, I always say to myself, I got this, Vas. I got it. We're good, So I got it. I got this handled. And so what I realized was, people are always asking me, Vas, how are you so confident? How do you take action? How come? And I'm like, because I got this. My life is like, it's good. It's handled. I'm Vasavi is handled. So I can help you. I can show up at an interview and I don't need to worry about, Ann, hold on one second. I got to take care of this. No, my life is good. I got to handle. So I realized, what's the secret? What's the secret to taking confident action? There are many levels, but in this program, The Art of Taking Confident Action, it is really about you. It is about you taking confident action in your life first. I get that you have a purpose. I get that you want to help, but you can help and serve from a more powerful place when you have those areas of your life handled. Because then you are a whole and complete person. And I'm not saying you're not whole and complete now, but you're a well-oiled machine. You got this. You get up, you do what you got to do, you eat right, you go, you make sure you don't have negative people in your life, your finances are in order, you have a great life, you are like totally good, okay?
Yeah.
And so that's what this program is about. It is it's a self-study program. But there's some great bonuses. We go week by week by week. Beautiful membership portal. I have many guest teachers who are contributing. Nisha Moodley, Kate Northrup, Allison Leipzig, Liz D'Alto. I could go on. We have 12 great guest teachers. It is self-study, which means you are working on your own every week. MP3s, worksheets, plus the bonuses. But then I said to myself, that's not enough. Because, of course, I'm like, that's not enough.
Yeah.
I don't want this to just be a program that people go through and then I don't even know if they've gone through it. It doesn't matter how many people buy my program if only 5%, complete it. I want everybody to feel like they are heard, they are understood, and they're not alone, because I know what it's like to feel alone. So I'm also in the middle of the program. You get a bonus Q&A call with me, a group. And then for the first 15 people that sign up, you get one-on-one sessions. You can email me whenever the heck you want. I encourage you to email me so I know what's happening. Then there's also the Facebook private member group. Our beautiful guest teachers are also in the Facebook private member group, helping you out with whatever you need. So, this is not your typical self-study course. It is not, okay, buy it, peace out, have fun taking confident action. No. I don't feel right doing that. So I'm offering all the other bonuses. You get time with me. And you know what? Even if you're not one of the first 15 who sign up, if you email me and you say, Vas, I need to get on the phone for 10 minutes, I have 10 minutes in my day to talk to you. You have chosen to invest in yourself through me. I have 10 minutes in my day to talk to you.
Aww.
That's the way I see it. So that's the program in a nutshell. It's like my masterpiece. I'm super proud of it. I priced it at that price, $197, or if you want to bring a friend, it's $249 for accountability. I priced it at that because it's more important to me that I get it into many hands than just, make a buck.
Yeah.
That's the program.
I mean, that's awesome. And that's why I'm saying I know that's not free. $197 is not zero, but for all that value and the level of work and expertise you're putting into it, and then bringing in those guest teachers who are amazing. That's phenomenal. It's awesome. So thank you for putting that out in the world and for offering it to us and all the business heroines out there. Thank you.
Thank you, business heroines.
So, okay, I want to talk about confident action, well, we have a few more minutes here. What are some things what are like a few steps that we can take today, or maybe the number one step, one thing that we can do today to increase our capacity to take action in spite of fear, or to instill that sense of confidence, or just to like get on the right path toward confident action? What is something we can do?
That's a great question. First of all, it doesn't have to be complicated, right? It doesn't have to, let's just get that clear, that taking confident action, I'm not saying taking complicated action. I'm saying taking confident action. So, yeah, I like that actually. Confident action does not mean complicated action.
I like that too, yeah.
So the simplest thing you can do today, I know every single one of the people that are going to be watching this interview, they have something in their mind that they've been wanting to do, whether it's publishing that first blog, whether it's reaching out to maybe a bigger name, someone that they think is a bigger name, to interview them. Maybe it's posting a question on your Facebook, social media, whatever it is that you have in your mind, you're like, God, I really want to do that. Maybe it's what you want to contribute for a popular blog. Whatever it is, okay, I know right now, I can feel it, that everybody has one thing in their mind that, like, that the conversation, man, I really want to do this, but first of all, just remember that everything after but is BS. I won't curse on it, but everything after but is BS. So whatever that thing is in your mind, I really want to do this, do that. Like, that's the simplest thing you can do. And it can be as simple as, maybe you're going to write to that blog that you want to be a guest contributor and say, hey, I would love to contribute to your blog. These are the topics that I offer. I love your audience. I have content that would really benefit your audience. Are you open for a blog contribution or something like that, right? So whatever it is, and by the way, you have the answer. You already know what it is that you need to be doing. I'm just giving a few examples. You already know the thing that you've been like sitting with and brooding over and like, oh my God, I really want to do this. That's the thing you need to do. And I'm going to assert that the action that you need to take around whatever it is that you want to do will probably take you less than 10 minutes. Okay, so simple, people, simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's the simplest step you can take right now. Okay. To just start moving forward.
Yeah, because that was going to be my next question. Because what if the thing that somebody wants to do is like a project, for example, or it's like start a business. You can't just like start the business, but so it's defining what is the simplest action that I can take that's going to move that forward, whether that's maybe I announce it in public, and then that kind of means the skin's in the game, or I whatever the thing is, make that one scary phone call that's going to move it forward.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad you said that, Ann, because when you start a business, you're not just going to be like, hey, I'm an LLC, but maybe it is. Maybe you're finally going to register your business as an LLC or whatever. Right. Maybe you're going to go open that business bank account. I mean, here's the thing. I think we don't trust ourselves enough. We have the answer. Our capacity to serve is limitless. We are brilliant beyond belief. We are so wise. We have gone through so much in our life to get to where we are. You have to trust yourself. You do know the answer. And by the way, Ann, once again, this is why I price my stuff so low. You know why? In my opinion, it's low because it's like you have what you need. Maybe you just need a little bit of support. Maybe you just need that little bit of like that spark. And so I'm just take that. Take what I have to give you, but you already got this. You have 90% of what you need already. I'm just your 10%. That's not to undermine what I have to offer, but it really is. It's just a fine blend. You, me, together, we're great. But it's really about what you need to do. And so I help people help themselves. Yeah. Right. I don't want you to lean on me forever. I don't want you to be dependent on me. Come to me. Let's talk it out. Let's do whatever you got to do, whether it's through a program or a conversation. But you got this. You have what you need right now to do what you have to do. And just, for me, the greatest pleasure in life is that I can go to bed every night knowing I gave it my all. Mm-hmm. I never go to bed at night being like, I was only half amazing today. It's like, no, I kicked some butt today. Awesome. And that's it. Even if it's just having fun. You know what? I had a ton of fun today. That's important. Yes. So for your viewers listening, we are all heroines in our own life, and be the heroine of your story, and know that, be the heroine of your life so that you can be the heroine of somebody else's life, so you can help somebody else and you could really be of service. That's why you're here. Your life was put here so you could be of service to other people, period. So
Yeah, oh, I love it. Thank you. And I want to take one mantra away that I've heard you say so many times when you're like, Voss, I got this. I love that. I want us to the heroine community. Let's adopt that. It's just like, you know what? I got this. I got this. It's like makes it simple. It's like, I love it. It's kind of like I'm picturing an adult teaching a little child how to swim or something. Like they jump off the dock and they're and it's like, I got you. Like just that, like, true confidence, like I got this, I can do it. Yeah,
you're good, you're safe, you're fine, like you're not gonna die, you're not gonna die, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
You got it. And so I look in the mirror, put on my little red lipstick, and I'm just like, I got you, Voss, I'm good, we're good, we are fine.
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
that's awesome. Woo. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I cannot wait to, by the time this video is live, you'll be seeing it on businessheroinemagazine.com with Vasavi's beautiful face on the cover, August cover Heroine. So I can't wait for that. And can't wait for the Art of Confident Action Freedom Forward program. And I hope that you listening or watching, depending on the media of choice, I hope you do that, because that's amazing. I mean, $197 for everything that you're offering. And what you said about, being the heroine in our own life so that we can be the heroine for someone else. It's like, if we're not handling ourselves, we're really withholding our gifts from the world. We're not doing, first of all, it's not fun to know that we're in playing a smaller game than we're meant for. But really who we're hurting is all the people who are needing the exact unique gifts that we are here to bring. So it's important. And life is short. And I love what you say, Vasavi. It's, you're like, something, I'll paraphrase, I'll probably get it wrong a little bit, but it's something like, this is your life. There are no do-overs. It's not a practice round. Like, this is it.
This is it.
This is it.
This is it right here, right? We're having this conversation. This is it.
Yeah. So let's do it.
You got this.
We got this. All right, Vasavi. Well, we will talk to you soon. Thank you again so much for being our special guest today.
Lainey says bye.
Bye, Lainey. Cutie.
Bye, guys. That's my dog. Sorry about that. I can't help myself. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for having me on, Ann.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
You have been watching Business Heroine TV, for the entrepreneur who said she would and did. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out what's new at businessheroinemagazine.com today.